Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure. Good morning. It's my pleasure to welcome you to Jacksport. First, I want to thank Senator Rick Scott for organizing this important discussion on hurricane preparedness and for your long-standing support. I'd also like to recognize Congressman Aaron Bean, who is here with us today.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Thank you very much.
Senator Scott and Congressman Bean, we are grateful for your continued support of Jacksport and the jobs and supply chain security we provide for the region and state. We're honored today to be joined by our federal partners, the U.S. Coast Guard, CBP, state and local officials, and first responders. Thank you all for being here and for your partnership. As Florida's largest container port, Jacksport plays a critical role in the state's supply chain and in supporting the quality of life for our neighbors in Puerto Rico, our top trade partner. As we enter the height of hurricane season, we want the community to know Jacksport is ready. And with strong collaboration across this team, we're prepared to keep cargo moving, no matter what the season brings. With that, please welcome Senator Rick Scott. Thank you, sir.
Well, first, it's nice to be here. It's nice to be back in Jacksonville and at Jacksport. First, I want to thank Eric Green. So I've been in D.C. now for 6.5 years. I had the opportunity to be your governor for 8 years. And I can tell you, every time I ever did anything with Eric, he did a great job. He comes to D.C., he represents the Jacksonville, the Jacksport. Unbelievably, we know that in Jacksonville, a lot of places, the ports are unbelievable job creators. When I was governor, I had the opportunity to invest your tax dollars. We invested $1.4 billion with the support of Aaron Bean, because Aaron was in the state legislature when I was governor, and we invested $1.4 billion in our ports, and they create not a lot of jobs and actually very good paying jobs. So a real key to our success in the state is the fact that we have 15 ports, and so many of them are growing very rapidly, like Jacksport is. So what we're here today to talk about is how do we make sure we continue to focus on hurricane preparedness. We're in the middle of hurricane season. August is generally the first month where we start seeing hurricanes. If you remember, oh gosh, now how many years ago? 1992, we had, I think it was Hurricane Andrew. I was in the hospital business at the time. Karen Bowling actually was working with me at that point. We had a horrible hurricane down in Miami. But just in the last few years, we had Ian 3 years ago. We had Milton and Helene last year. So we've got to get ready. What does that mean? What that means is every family's got to get a plan. First, it starts with you as an individual. There's going to be we have great sheriff's department, we have great police department, the sheriff is here, we have great fire departments, but they can't take care of you if you act foolishly. In the middle of the storm, you say, oh gosh, it's really bad now, I want to get out of here. It's too late. They're not going to be able to come and get you. So what you got to do is you got to get a plan, get an evacuation plan, make sure you have every tool you need, 7 days of water, 7 days of food, radio, all the things you need. You can go, the sheriff's got a website, I'm sure the city has a website. Federally, there's a website called ready.gov that will tell you how to get ready, give you a good checklist of what you ought to do. But get ready, don't take a chance. At the last minute, if you go at the last minute, the hardware stores, everything's going to be sold. The grocery stores, everything's going to be sold. So you cannot wait. So everybody takes these storms seriously. What's happened in the last few years is the storms have been water events, not wind events. So when they say it's a hurricane wind, Hurricane 1, the wind might be too bad. You might be able to say, I'm fine with that. But it says 9 foot of storm surge right at your house, you're going to die. You're not going to survive 9 foot of storm surge. So you've got to start looking at these things and listen to your local weather. So I hope everybody takes this seriously. At the federal level, Aaron Bean and I have done a variety of things. I know Dean Black at the state have done a variety of things to try to prepare. We got Aaron and I were able to get a bill passed to give people tax reductions for any excess expenditures over their insurance. We've done a variety of things to try to get tax deductions as your property insurance have gone up. So we're going to do everything we can at the federal level to try to get people ready. But it's going to take you being prepared. There's a lot of people that are going to help you and do everything they can, but you have got to be prepared. You've got great government here in D.C. Your mayor cares, your city council cares, your sheriff cares. Everybody here cares, but you got to take care of yourself. So with that, one thing I have the opportunity to do is I get to work with Coast Guard all across the country. I have a full-time Coast Guard employee in my office all the time. I'm on my 4th and they're outstanding individuals, and they're here to protect your safety. So now we're going to hear from Captain Jason Alexak. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On Monday this week, we celebrated the Coast Guard's 235th birthday, and we know that these 235 years, the American people have depended on us, the U.S. Coast Guard, to be ready to complete our missions and to assure our economic prosperity and national security. This includes controlling U.S. borders and maritime approaches, protecting America's ports and waterways, and saving lives and leading in national emergencies, to include preparing for and responding to hurricanes. As we approach the peak of hurricane season, the men and women of Coast Guard Sector Jacksonville are actively monitoring all potential tropical weather threats and taking necessary precautions to ensure the readiness of our personnel and assets. I urge the public and the maritime communities to stay informed, heed all warnings from local authorities, and take proactive steps to prepare for potential impacts well in advance of an approaching storm. We do work closely with our federal, state, and local partners to provide timely assistance to mariners on the water. Our dedicated men and women stand ready to respond and safeguard our waterways and our coastal communities. There are two things that I ask of the boating public. First, preparation is key. It is essential that mariners and the public take proper measures to prepare for a hurricane well before it arrives. Ensure that you have proper equipment, you have a hurricane mooring plan, a safe place to store your trailer boat, and monitor the weather and Channel 16 prior to a voyage and while out on the water. Second, safety is paramount. Hurricanes and tropical storms can be deadly, and the Coast Guard's ability to conduct rescues can be diminished or unavailable at the height of a storm. Be prepared, stay informed, and follow all storm warnings. I do want to reassure everyone that the crew of Sector Jacksonville is ready. Our personnel are highly trained, and if needed, our assets will be positioned to respond to search and rescue needs, assess damage to the ports and waterways, and facilitate movement of essential commerce. More information can be found at Coast Guard Sector Jacksonville's website, our social media platforms. Thank you, and Semper Paratus. And at this point, I'd like to introduce Congressman Aaron Bean.
Thank you very much, Captain Jason. A very good afternoon, or good morning, Northeast Florida. Thank you, JAXPORT, for the hospitality and letting us come out today. Eric Green's whispering in my ear. Bean, we got some of the best in the business, 182 employees, another 108 contract. JAXPORT team, thank you for making, this is the economic engine of Jacksonville. Anybody who's moving to Jacksonville says, tell us about your port, and it's a great story to tell of JAXPORT. Governor Scott, look at me going to Governor Scott. Senator Scott, it's always a treat to stand with you. Your leadership knows no boundaries. You could easily be anywhere. You've chosen to be here to once again remind Floridians that there's a storm approaching. How about that? Yes, sometime, whenever it is, it's coming. We don't know exactly when, but we know it's on the way. If you were a Floridian in 2011 through 2018, you remember Rick Scott. You remember then Governor Scott would prepare us and then lead us through these storms. And it was always a treat to see him in that Navy cap. He hasn't lost it. So Governor Scott, Rick Scott, thank you for reminding everybody to have a plan. Now, back in our day, we not only had to walk to school uphill both ways in snow to school. You don't believe that, but this is true. We had a very limited window for tax-free purchases of preparing for storms. Today, thanks to our legislature and Dean Black and others, now you've got no excuse. It's now year-round to prepare, to have that kit somewhere in your garage or bonus room that hopefully you'll never need. Should it come to it, though, have a plan to leave. If you ask anyone who's ever been through a storm, they're going to tell you, never again. I'll never do that again, because the wonderful first responders that I'm about to introduce can no longer come to you during that storm. You'll be on your own. Don't be on your own. Go visit your in-laws. Go visit friends somewhere. Have a plan already knowing where you're going to go. I mentioned first responders. I want to thank them in advance. I know Senator Scott, I'm Governor Scott, he answers to either one. Also visits the emergency operations centers when they're called to action. As your congressman, as a state senator, I always was torn when they were in action. Do I go? Do I not go? I don't want to get in their way. I would always bring goodies and candy, and I really just wanted to say thank you. They have a mission, they're professionals, and to see them in action truly is a treat. So many of the members of the public don't get to see our emergency operations centers, professionals staying overnight, staying just to keep Northeast Florida safe. Thank you in advance. And it's now my pleasure to begin to introduce a gentleman who helped make that tax-free preparation year-round, a great friend, a great leader for Jacksonville and Northeast Florida. Please welcome Representative Dean Black.
Thank you, Congressman. Well, it's a lovely day in Florida, and here we are all gathered as a team. We have members of your federal government, from the Senate, from the House of Representatives, and we have members of our city government. City Councilman Mike Gay is with us today. And we have members of the press, and we're all part of a team, and you're part of that team too. We get storms on a regular basis, and yet we're good at dealing with it. We're good at dealing with it because we all cooperate. We all know each other, we all work together, and our citizens are part of that team too. Because a lot of them have been through this before, and because of all of us working together with our first responders, our organs of government, and a qualified media making sure we get the word out in a timely fashion, we're able to deal successfully with each hurricane season we've had before, and we're going to deal with this one successfully too. Citizens, government, media, all of us working together. And the Congressman is right. We've now made it so that you have no excuse. It's tax-free to get your hurricane kit ready. Get it ready. Let's all get ready to work together, and let's get through this hurricane season safely as one cooperative community. We're all neighbors. God bless you all.
So one thing you find out pretty quickly about our state, the reason why people want to move to our state, you think it's about the beaches or the weather or things like that, it's actually about our law enforcement. People want to move, they want to move themselves, they want to live in safe communities, they want to move their businesses and be in safe places because we have great sheriffs all across the state. You have a great sheriff here, right here, Sheriff T.K. Waters.
So first of all, let me thank Senator Scott, Congressman Bean, Councilman Gay, Representative Black, and all of our partners. Thank you to our local, state, and federal officials and partners for their leadership on this great issue of community concern. Perhaps at no other time do we become more aware that we're all one Jacksonville when our city is facing a shared natural disaster. Safety of Jacksonville citizens is a primary concern of JSO and all agencies and organizations represented here today. JSO has a long history of working collaboratively with these agencies and organizations to ensure Jacksonville citizens remain safe and informed during hurricane season. Jacksonville's Emergency Preparedness Unit stays ready 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to respond to any emergency situation, including storms, to protect Duval County citizens. Likewise, JSO stays ready, willing, and able to deploy our assets to other jurisdictions to assist with storm preparation and response, as we have done many times in the past, to support other storm-prone areas. Hurricane preparedness is a responsibility of us in Florida, in our city. Encourage all Duval County residents to get ready for hurricane season now, before we start tracking the storm. Go to jaxready.com, download the JaxReady app, review the JaxReady dashboard, register for Alert Jax notifications, familiarize yourself with your evacuation zones, and register for special needs assistance if needed. And be ready now, and stay ready in the future, so that you don't have to get ready when a storm is already on the horizon. Preparedness prevents catastrophe. The public can rest assured that in the event of a storm, JSO will continue to maintain law and order and will not, under any circumstance, tolerate those who take advantage of the circumstances and commit crimes during storm situations in our city. So thank you very much. And right now, I'd like to introduce my friend, Chief Percy Golden.
Good morning, everyone. As we stand here today at Jacksport, it's a reminder of how interconnected our city truly is. The port plays a vital role not only in Jacksonville's economy, but as a community lifeline. During hurricane season, that connection becomes even more important. JFRD is proud to work hand in hand with Jacksport year-round to prepare for emergencies and ensure the safety of the port, its workers, and our city. I want to take a moment to thank Mayor Deegan for her continued leadership and support of public safety in Jacksonville. Her commitment allows JFRD to have access to resources, training, and partnerships necessary to protect the community when it matters most. I also want to acknowledge and thank the previous speakers here today and the robust partnerships they represent. Collaboration between our federal, state, and local leaders is essential to keeping Jacksonville prepared. Hurricane season is well underway, and my message is simple: JFRD is ready. Our personnel have been training, reviewing plans, and strengthening relationships with essential partners. Our Emergency Preparedness Division has helped guide this process to ensure we are ready to respond to any storm, from initial response to even recovery. Preparedness is not only about making sure our firefighters and first responders are ready, but also about making sure every household, business, and organization has a plan. At this time, I would like to introduce our Chief of Emergency Preparedness, Andre Ayu, who will share more about how you can stay safe and be Jax ready this hurricane season. Chief?
Thank you, Chief. So good morning. They made me go last, so all my talking points are taken, so I will be brief. So as we move into the peak of hurricane season, I want to remind everyone, don't be complacent. It only takes one storm to cause significant impacts to our community. We've been preparing all year, and we have 4 easy steps for you to remember. First, get a kit with enough food, water, medication, other essentials to last your household at least 7 days. Second, have a plan where you go and how you'll communicate with your loved ones. Third, know your zone so you are ready when an evacuation order is given. And 4, stay informed with reliable sources with updates before, during, and after the storm. Our Jax Ready mobile app has comprehensive information about all of these steps. We encourage every resident to download it today, and it's free. When it's free, it's nice. So please download it if you don't have it. Now's the time to act. Preparedness truly saves lives. Thank you.
All right, let me just finish. I want to thank Eric Green and everybody at Jacksport for hosting us today. You've got a great team of people here in Jacksonville that want to take care of you. But the point today is you got to take care of yourself first. So I hope everybody takes this seriously. You can go on the federal or local websites, but actually get a plan and be prepared. So thanks everybody for being here. Cameron, are we going to do the gaggle from here? Okay. All right, let's all get together for a photo.
Does that look good? You want them inside?
Let me get them on the inside.
Get them inside the flag.
Sophia, hold this real quick. Can you hold this ladder?
Hold the ladder?
Yeah. It's like one of the colors. Yeah.
look here first.
All right, everybody this way. 1, 2,
One more. Here. Here.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, thank you. We're done.
Yeah, just let him go first.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I was clicking and clacking.
Well, it's hard. You guys tell me when you're ready.
You need to hold somebody's mic?
I got it.
I'm a full service there. Okay.
1 second.
Do you mean to do that?
Thank you.
You're definitely smart to leave the sports coat at home.
Creamy, go right in there. Okay. Okay, everybody in? Okay. Tell me when everybody's ready. We're each going to say something real quick, then we can answer any questions you have.